Welcome to the Repugen Podcast, where we transform patient care.
Okay, so you know you're dedicated to giving amazing patient care.
Absolutely.
But keeping your practice looking good online, that can be a whole other challenge, right?
It really can be.
Like, it's kind of like, where do you even start?
Right.
So today we are going to dive deep into one of the most important places to focus your energy,
Okay.
your Google Business Profile.
Yes, your Google Business Profile,
Yeah.
or GBP. It's essential for any healthcare practice looking to grow.
And that's exactly what we're going to focus on today. How you can leverage your GBP to attract more patients.
And we're bringing you these insights straight from our experience at Repugen, working with so many practices just like yours.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
including what we learned from our 2024 patient reviews survey.
Really valuable insights there.
So our mission today is to give you the essential strategies and the best practices to optimize that GBP of yours,
That's right.
to boost your visibility and ultimately bring in more of those potential patients.
More patients, exactly.
Without, adding a ton of extra work to your already super busy day.
Exactly. Efficiency is key.
So let's start with the big question. Why is this Google Business Profile such a critical tool?
Well, think about it. Where do most people start when they are looking for anything these days?
So Google.
Google. Over 90% of searches start right there on Google.
Exactly.
So right away, your GBP is a key piece of online real estate.
It really is. It's like prime real estate.
It is.
And it's more than just being listed, right?
Absolutely.
It serves three really vital functions for your practice.
At least three.
So first off, it's your front door online.
Your digital storefront.
Even before they click through to your website, people are seeing your GBP.
That's their first impression.
It's got your address, your phone number, your hours,
Well,
photos.
All the essentials.
All the essential information. Plus, they can check out reviews. They can even potentially book appointments.
All right there, directly from the GBP.
Right from there.
It's powerful.
Super convenient.
It is.
And often, like you were saying, it's the very first impression someone gets of your practice online.
It really is.
So it's got to be good.
It's got to be good.
Second, it acts as your local SEO powerhouse.
Yes, your secret weapon for local search.
You know how Google decides which local businesses to show in those top search results?
It's all about those signals.
It's all about signals.
And your GBP is setting some of the strongest.
Right. By optimizing it, you're essentially saying, hey, Google, we're a trustworthy practice serving this area.
We're here. We're ready to help.
Exactly.
And Google picks up on that.
And experts estimate that GBP signals can impact your local search ranking by as much as 32%.
It's huge.
That is a huge lever for getting found.
Absolutely massive.
Okay, and the third key function is that your GBP is your reputation hub.
It's where patients go to see what others are saying about you.
Right. Think about when you're considering a new restaurant.
Or even a local service.
Yeah. What's the first thing you do?
Check those reviews.
You look at reviews.
Exactly.
And for healthcare, it's even more crucial.
It really is.
Our own 2024 Repugen survey found that 75% of patients actively use Google reviews
Wow.
in their search for healthcare providers.
That's a significant number.
It is, and it's not just healthcare.
No.
Bright Local's 2024 study across various industries showed 81% of consumers are using Google to read those reviews.
So it's a trend across the board.
It is.
Reviews matter.
So your GBP is where that vital trust is built through what's essentially digital word of mouth.
They're like a modern day referral network.
Okay, so we understand why it's so important.
Right, the why.
Now, what are the fundamental steps to actually setting up and optimizing your GBP?
Let's get into the how.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Claiming your profile.
Okay, so if you haven't already claimed it, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
First, you just search for your practice name on Google.
Simple enough?
If a listing already exists, you should see an option to claim it.
Okay.
Second, double check that all the information there is accurate.
Make sure it's all correct.
Addresses, phone numbers, everything. And third, you'll need to verify the profile.
Okay.
Google usually does this by sending a postcard with a verification code to your practice address.
The good old postcard method.
But sometimes they have other options too, like email or phone verification.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, just depends.
So claiming is the first step.
Step one, get that claim staked.
Once that's done, what should our focus be in building a solid foundation for our GBP?
Well, think of it like making sure your online house is in order.
Okay.
Everything's neat and tidy and easy to find.
I like that analogy.
One of the most important things is to fill in all the details.
Okay.
Completely and accurately.
All the details.
And this includes your NAP, that's your name, address, and phone number.
Oh, right. An app.
And make sure it's the exact same. everywhere.
Consistent.
Every single online platform where your practice is listed.
Got it.
This not only helps patients find you, but it also shows Google that you're a legitimate and trustworthy business.
It's all about building that trust.
Exactly. Trust is key.
Consistency really is key, isn't it?
It can't be overstated.
What else is crucial for building that foundation?
Okay, next up is category selection.
Categories.
You need to tell Google exactly what kind of healthcare services you offer.
Right.
Choose the categories that best describe your specialties.
Be specific.
Be specific, yes.
Okay, and the third element of this foundation.
That would be your business description.
Okay, the business description.
This is your chance to really shine.
Okay.
Talk about what makes your practice unique.
What sets you apart?
Exactly. Highlight your specialties, your approach to patient care, what's your philosophy.
All right, foundation set.
We've got the basics covered.
Now let's talk about visuals.
Ah, yes, visuals.
Making a great visual first impression.
Super important.
What role do photos and videos play in optimizing our GBP?
Visual storytelling is incredibly important.
Yep.
You know, high quality photos of your facilities, your team, even the technology you use. It can really build trust and make your practice feel more welcoming.
It's like inviting people in.
Exactly. You're giving them a sneak peek.
And those clear, well-lit photos.
Way better than blurry or unprofessional ones.
For sure.
Makes a big difference.
What about incorporating video?
Video. Video is powerful.
Okay.
Short videos can be so engaging.
Okay.
You know, introduce your team, explain some of the services you offer,
I like it.
or even provide a virtual tour of your office space.
Like a walkthrough.
Yeah, some practices are even using 360-degree virtual tours.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It is. Gives potential patients a really immersive feel for your environment.
Before they even step foot in the door.
Exactly.
So compelling visuals are a must-have.
Absolutely essential.
Now let's talk about some of the advanced features.
Okay, let's take it up a notch.
Taking our GBP to the next level.
Level up.
What should we be looking at?
There's a few really valuable features.
Okay.
Streamlined booking is a big one.
Okay, tell me more about that.
If it works for your practice, add booking buttons or links right to your GBP profile.
Okay.
Makes it super easy for patients to schedule appointments.
Right there.
Right there, easy peasy.
Removes any hurdles in the booking process.
Exactly. Less friction, more appointments.
I like it. What other advanced features should we consider?
Special attributes are really useful too.
Okay.
Make sure you highlight if you offer virtual care or online appointment options.
Those are popular these days.
They are. Patients really value those options.
They do.
And don't forget the Q&A section.
Okay, the Q&A.
Actively using that feature to answer common questions.
So people can find the answers quickly.
Exactly. Shows you're responsive and engaged.
That's like being proactive.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've claimed our profile, built a strong foundation,
Checking check.
added engaging visuals,
Looking good.
explored some advanced features.
They're leveling up.
Now, how do we make sure we're actually getting found by the right people?
Right. Getting in front of the right eyeballs.
The people who are looking for our services.
Exactly.
Let's talk keywords.
Keywords, the language of search.
So what are they really?
Keywords are the words and phrases people type into Google when they're looking for healthcare providers like you.
Okay, so how do we figure out what those key terms are?
There are a few key strategies we recommend.
I'm ready.
First, put yourself in your patient's shoes.
Okay.
What would you search for if you were looking for a practice like yours?
That's a good point.
Brainstorm some ideas.
Okay.
Think about their pain points. What are they looking for?
Thinking from their perspective.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next?
Then use some of the free online tools out there.
Okay.
Google Keyword Planner, Ubersuggest. These are great resources.
I've heard of those.
They show you how often people are searching for specific keywords.
Oh, wow.
And even suggest related terms you might not have thought of.
Give me an example.
Sure, if you type in dentist near me,
Okay, dentist near me.
you might see related searches like affordable dentist or best dentist reviews,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
even emergency dental care.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Ubersuggest can even show you what keywords your competitors are using.
Oh, that's smart.
It's all about competitive intelligence.
So we can see what's already working.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the third strategy?
Don't forget to check out your competitors.
Okay.
Look at their GBP listings, but also their presence on other platforms.
Like where?
Yelp, ZocDoc, those kinds of places.
Okay.
See what keywords they're using in their titles, descriptions.
Okay.
Even pay attention to the language patients are using in their reviews.
Oh, that's a good tip. Okay.
You get some great ideas there.
So once we've identified these important keywords, how do we actually incorporate them into our GBP?
The key is to integrate them naturally
Naturally.
throughout your online presence.
Okay.
Use them in your business description,
Hmm.
in the titles and headings within your GBP.
Okay.
And this is really important. Encourage your patients to use specific keywords when they leave reviews.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Gently remind them of the terms that are relevant to their care.
Okay. Why is all this keyword research and integration so important?
Because keywords are how Google understands what your practice is all about.
Right.
And it helps them connect you with the right patients.
The people who are actually looking for your services,
Exactly. Leading to higher rankings and search results.
which means more visibility.
Exactly. And ultimately a better experience for those potential patients.
Because they're finding what they need more easily.
Exactly. It's all about making that connection.
And remember, keyword research is not a one-time thing.
It's an ongoing process.
You got to keep revisiting it and refining it as search trends evolve.
Search is always changing.
Okay, we've talked about using the right words.
Keywords.
Now let's focus on NAP consistency.
Ah, yes. NAP, crucial for local search success.
Why is it so critical for getting found online?
Think of your NAP, your name, address, and phone number,
Okay.
as your practice's digital fingerprint. It's how search engines and potential patients find you online.
Like a unique identifier.
Exactly.
And it's got to be the same everywhere.
Consistent. Absolutely.
What happens if it's not?
Well, imagine you're a patient and you see different versions of your address or phone number on different websites.
Confusing.
It is, and it can really erode trust.
Yeah, it makes you question the practice's reliability.
Exactly. Consistency builds confidence.
And our Repugen survey found that 74.5% of patients actually check to make sure a healthcare provider's address and phone number match what's on their website.
Wow, so almost 3/4 of patients are checking for consistency.
They are.
That's a strong signal that accuracy matters.
It really does. So what are the benefits of having consistent NAP information?
The benefits are huge.
Okay, I'm listening.
Consistent NAP boosts your local search rankings.
So you show up higher in the results?
Exactly. It also makes for a better user experience.
Because there's no confusion about how to contact you.
Right, and it builds trust and credibility.
Right. It shows you're professional and reliable.
Absolutely. And ultimately it reduces misleads.
Because potential patients can actually reach you.
Exactly. It all comes down to making it easy for them to connect with you.
Okay, so what are the best practices for making sure our NAP is consistent everywhere online?
The most important thing is to make sure your name, address, and phone number are exactly the same.
Okay, identical.
Across all online directories, review platforms, your website, everywhere.
No variations.
Right, even small variations can confuse search engines.
Like what kind of variations?
Like Dr. Jane Smith, DDS, versus Jane Smith Dental.
Oh, I see. Yeah, those are different.
Exactly, and you want to avoid that.
Okay, any other tips for maintaining NAP consistency?
NAP management tools can be really helpful.
Like what?
Well, like the one we offer at Repugen.
Of course.
It lets you update your information in one central place, and it distributes it everywhere else.
Oh, wow, that sounds super convenient.
It is. Saves a lot of time and hassle.
And finally, it's crucial to regularly monitor your online listings.
Stay vigilant.
Catch any errors and correct them quickly.
Exactly. Keep things accurate and up to date.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift gears now and talk about something that can really make a difference.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Patient reviews.
Ah, yes. The voice of the patient.
What's the first step in leveraging that positive feedback?
It all starts with actively acquiring positive reviews.
Okay, how do we do that?
The key here is timing.
Timing.
You want to ask for feedback when the patient's experience is still fresh and positive.
Like right after an appointment.
Exactly. Think about those moments of high satisfaction.
Okay, when they're feeling good about their experience.
Right. Maybe after a successful treatment, a positive outcome, or even just a smooth and pleasant visit.
So strike while the iron is hot.
Exactly.
But how should we actually go about asking for reviews?
Keep it direct and uncomplicated.
Okay.
Offer multiple ways to leave feedback.
Like,
In person, as they're checking out. Through follow-up email, even a simple text message.
lots of options.
The goal is to make it as easy as possible for them to share their experience.
Convenience is key.
Absolutely. The easier it is, the more likely they are to leave a review.
So let's talk about specific ways to make it easy for patients to leave those reviews.
Okay, let's get practical.
Multiple avenues for review submission.
That's the key.
We talked about direct requests.
Right, those are important.
But what else?
Make sure you have a clear and easy to find link to your Google Business Profile review page right on your website.
Front and center.
Exactly.
What about QR codes?
QR codes are great.
Right.
Print out simple instructions with a QR code that patients can scan with their phones.
Easy peasy.
Especially helpful for those who might not be as tech-savvy.
Good point. And follow-up emails.
Always include a direct link to your review page in those.
Okay, and what about phone calls?
Even a polite mention during a follow-up call can be effective.
Just a little reminder. So the more options we offer, the better.
Absolutely. Give them multiple ways to leave a review.
Okay, so we're starting to get those reviews rolling in.
Excellent.
What's next?
Now it's time to monitor them.
Monitor patient reviews.
You need to regularly keep an eye on what patients are saying.
See what's being said.
This helps you understand their overall sentiment
Okay.
and identify any areas where you might need to improve.
So how often should we be checking our reviews?
Ideally, you should enable review notifications.
So you're alerted right away.
Exactly. And beyond that, schedule regular check-ins.
How often?
Maybe weekly or bi-weekly. Depends on the volume you're getting.
Okay, and during those check-ins, what are we looking for?
Look for trends, both positive and negative,
Okay, so we can see what we're doing well.
and where we might need to make adjustments.
Are there any tools that can help with review monitoring?
Absolutely. There are some great online automation tools out there.
What can they do?
They can send you real-time review notifications, help you analyze the sentiment of the reviews,
Oh, that's cool.
and some even provide a centralized inbox to manage reviews from different platforms.
So you can see everything in one place.
Exactly. Keeps things organized
And some even have pre-written response templates.
to help you communicate efficiently.
That's super helpful.
It is.
Okay, so we've seen a review, good or bad.
Now what?
What's the most important thing to keep in mind when responding?
You have to respond to every single review.
Every single one.
Every single one.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's glowing 5-star praise or a more critical one.
Even the negative ones.
Especially the negative ones.
Okay.
Respond promptly and professionally.
It shows you care.
It does. It shows you value their feedback and are committed to providing excellent care.
It builds trust.
Exactly. And research shows that consumers are more likely to choose a business that responds to both positive and negative reviews.
They want to see that you're engaged.
Absolutely.
So what are some guidelines for crafting effective responses?
Okay, first and foremost, respond to every review.
We covered that.
For negative feedback, acknowledge their concerns
Okay.
and outline the steps you're taking to address them.
Show you're taking action.
Exactly. And always maintain a professional and courteous tone.
No matter what.
No matter what, even if the review is harsh.
Okay, let's talk specifically about responding to negative reviews.
All right, damage control.
What are the key steps?
First, acknowledge their feedback and thank them for sharing their experience.
Even if it wasn't positive.
Exactly. Then address their specific concerns professionally.
Okay.
Don't get defensive.
Stay calm and collected.
Right. And offer to take the conversation offline.
To discuss it in more detail.
Maybe through a direct message or a phone call.
Shows you're taking it seriously.
Exactly. You can also subtly highlight the positive aspects of your practice.
Balance things out a bit.
And again, always maintain a professional and respectful tone.
Okay, what about positive reviews?
Those are the fun ones.
How should we respond to those?
Express gratitude for their kind words and for taking the time to leave a review.
Okay.
Acknowledge any specific details they mentioned.
Show you actually read it.
Exactly. And you can invite further interaction.
Like what?
Encourage them to return for future care or to share their positive experience with others.
Spread the word.
Exactly.
Now, there's one really critical consideration when responding to any kind of patient review.
Especially in healthcare.
High P, compliance.
Absolutely essential.
What do we need to keep in mind to protect patient privacy?
You cannot confirm any details mentioned in the review that could reveal private health information.
Okay, so no specifics.
Right. Instead of directly addressing specifics of their treatment or condition.
Use more general phrases.
Exactly. Like, we're sorry to hear about your experience or thank you for your feedback.
And if we need to discuss the matter further,
Move the conversation offline.
to a secure and private channel.
Exactly. A patient portal or a direct phone call.
Okay, so follow those guidelines and we can respond effectively while protecting patient privacy.
Exactly. You can engage with reviews and stay HIPAA compliant.
This has been so valuable. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad it was helpful.
So to summarize everything we've covered, what are the absolute key takeaways for optimizing our Google business profile?
Okay, here are the essentials.
To attract more patients.
First, make sure your profile is complete and accurate.
Okay, complete and accurate.
Second, maintain consistent NIP information everywhere.
Name, address, phone number, all matching.
Exactly. Third, use relevant keywords in your profile and encourage patients to use them in reviews.
Keywords, keywords, keywords.
And finally, actively monitor and respond to all patient reviews.
Every single one.
Every single one, promptly and professionally, while keeping HIPAA compliance top of mind.
So much great information.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But it's worth it.
It really is. So for everyone listening, here's a final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
What's one action you can commit to taking today to improve your GBP?
What's one small step you can take right now?
Maybe it's claiming your listing or updating your business description with some of those keywords we talked about.
Or creating a system for requesting patient reviews.
It all makes a difference.
It really does.
Because remember, engaging with your online presence isn't just about attracting new patients.
It's about building stronger connections with your community.
And ultimately, helping more people find the quality healthcare they need.
It's about making a difference in people's lives.
Exactly.
And your Google business profile could be a powerful tool for doing just that.
It really can. And that's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Thanks for listening to the Repugium Podcast, your path to better healthcare.